Those kids were inside. Firefighter realizes he's rescued the victims of his own crime. Captain Michael Davies was a seasoned veteran of the Detroit Fire Department. His years of service etched onto his face like the intricate lines of a city map. Laugh lines crinkled around his kind eyes, a testament to the camaraderie he shared with his crew, while the faintest hint of worry creased his brow, a subtle reminder of the countless dangers he faced in the line of duty. The firehouse on Elm Street, with its gleaming red trucks and the constant hum of readiness, was his second home, the crew his extended family. Their bond forged in the crucible of shared experiences, adrenaline-fueled rescues, and the unwavering commitment to protecting their community. Michael was a man of quiet strength, his heroism understated, his compassion evident in the gentle way he reassured frightened victims, his voice a calming presence amidst the chaos of a raging fire. He was known for his unwavering courage, the kind that didn't boast or brag, but simply stepped forward when others faltered. He had a knack for assessing a situation with a practiced eye, his mind a rapid-fire calculator of risks and rewards, his instincts honed by years of experience. He was the anchor in the storm, the steady hand that guided his team back from the brink of danger, his leadership a beacon of calm amidst the inferno. He lived a simple life, his days a rhythmic cycle of training exercises, community outreach programs, and the occasional, heart-pounding adrenaline rush of battling raging infernos. He was a fixture in the community, his presence a reassuring sight at school assemblies, where he taught wide-eyed children about fire safety, and at neighborhood block parties, where he shared laughter and stories with the residents he served. His evenings were spent in his small, tidy apartment, a haven of peace and quiet tucked away from the city's clamor, where he could unwind with a well-worn book, a steaming cup of tea, and the comforting purr of his ginger cat, Sparky. He was a pillar of his community, respected by his colleagues, admired by the residents he served, and loved by his elderly mother, who lived a few blocks away in a cozy brick house filled with the aroma of freshly baked apple pies. She worried constantly about the dangers of his profession, her phone calls, a mix of motherly concern and thinly veiled anxieties. Michael, however, couldn't imagine doing anything else. The sense of purpose that surged through him with every alarm bell, the adrenaline rush that sharpened his senses, and the profound satisfaction of pulling a victim from the clutches of a fire, of saving a life, of making a difference. These were the forces that fueled his unwavering dedication to his calling. One sweltering July night, the piercing shriek of the alarm bells shattered the quiet hum of the firehouse, jolting Michael and his crew from their late-night card game. A frantic call crackled through the intercom, reporting a house fire on Baker Street, a quiet residential neighborhood lined with aging Victorian houses. The caller's voice, thick with panic, spoke of possible entrapment, children trapped on the second floor, their cries echoing through the smoke-filled house. Michael, his instincts sharpened by years of experience, sprang into action, his movements a blur of practiced efficiency. He barked orders to his team, his voice cutting through the rising tension, his words a symphony of urgency and precision. The crew, their movements synchronized by countless drills and shared experiences, scrambled to their positions, donning their gear, their faces grim, their eyes reflecting the urgency of the situation. The fire engine roared to life, its siren wailing a mournful cry as it sped through the darkened streets, its flashing lights painting the night sky with streaks of red and blue. Michael, his heart pounding in his chest, his mind already calculating the risks and strategizing the rescue, gripped the handrail, his knuckles white, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. The scene at Baker Street was a chaotic symphony of flashing lights, billowing smoke, and panicked cries. Flames licked at the windows of a two-story Victorian house, its paint peeling, its once grand facade now a mask of fear. Smoke, thick and black, billowed into the night sky, obscuring the stars, casting an eerie glow on the faces of the anxious neighbors gathered on the sidewalks. Their cries, a chorus of fear and concern, echoed through the street, mingling with the crackling flames and the hissing water from the arriving fire hoses. Michael, leaping from the engine before it had even come to a complete stop, assessed the situation with a practiced eye. His gaze swept across the scene, taking in the intensity of the flames, the direction of the wind, and the structural integrity of the burning house. He noticed two small figures trapped on the second floor, their silhouettes visible through the smoke-filled window, their frantic movements casting dancing shadows on the wall. Adrenaline surging through his veins, Michael barked orders to his team, his voice cutting through the chaos like a beacon of authority. Two firefighters, young but capable, their faces grim with determination, charged into the burning building, their heavy boots pounding against the wooden stairs, their axes gleaming in the flickering firelight. They were equipped with oxygen masks and thermal imaging cameras, their tools a lifeline in the suffocating darkness. Michael, his heart pounding in his chest, a drumbeat of urgency echoing in his ears, followed close behind, his senses heightened, his instincts guiding him through the smoke-filled corridors. The heat was intense, a suffocating blanket that pressed against his protective gear, the air thick with smoke, each breath a struggle against the acrid fumes. The flames roared like a hungry beast, their crackling symphony a terrifying soundtrack to the unfolding drama. He reached the second floor, the flames licking at the walls, their fiery tongues reaching out like hungry predators. The floorboards groaned under the intense heat, their stability questionable, the danger palpable. He heard the muffled cries of the children, their voices faint but desperate, a plea for help that pierced through the chaos, fueling his determination. He followed the sound, his hands reaching out, his fingers brushing against a small, trembling body huddled beneath a blanket. He scooped up the child, a small girl with tightly braided hair and tear-streaked cheeks, her eyes wide with terror, her body shaking with fear. He cradled her close, his voice a soothing murmur amidst the chaos, his touch a reassuring presence in her moment of terror. He turned, his eyes searching for the other child, his heart pounding with urgency. He spotted a small boy huddled in a corner, his eyes wide with fear, his body trembling, his small hands clutching a stuffed toy. Michael reached for the boy, his strong arms pulling him close, his voice a calming presence amidst the chaos. "It's okay," he murmured, his words muffled by his oxygen mask. "I've got you. You're safe now." He carried both children, their small bodies limp against his back through the inferno, his team clearing a path, their axes breaking through the burning debris, their bodies shielding the children from the intense heat. The flames roared around them, their fiery breath licking at their heels, but Michael pressed on, his determination unwavering, his focus solely on getting the children to safety. They emerged from the house, coughing and gasping for air. The children clutched safely in Michael's arms. The crowd erupted in cheers, their relief palpable, their gratitude evident in their tear-filled eyes. Michael, his face blackened with soot, his uniform singed, gently handed the children to the waiting paramedics, his heart swelling with the satisfaction of a job well done. The weight of their lives a precious burden lifted from his shoulders. The twins, thankfully unharmed, were reunited with their distraught mother, her tears of relief a testament to Michael's heroism. She clung to her children, her sobs echoing through the night, her gratitude pouring out in a torrent of heartfelt words. Michael, his own eyes moist, watched the reunion, his heart filled with compassion for the family, his spirit lifted by the knowledge that he had made a difference. The fire was eventually extinguished, the house reduced to a smoldering shell, its charred remains a stark reminder of the near tragedy. But the twins were safe, their lives spared thanks to the courage and quick thinking of Captain Michael Davies and his team, their heroism a beacon of hope amidst the ashes. Days later, the fire investigation report landed on Michael's desk, its stark black and white text a stark contrast to the vivid memories of the fiery night. The cause of the fire, it stated in no uncertain terms, was arson. Someone had deliberately set fire to the house, endangering the lives of the twins and their mother, their actions a callous disregard for human life. Michael, his blood running cold, felt a surge of anger and disbelief. Who would do such a thing? What kind of person could intentionally inflict such harm, such terror? The report included a list of potential suspects, individuals who had been seen in the vicinity of the house around the time of the fire. Michael scanned the list, his eyes skimming over the names, his mind conjuring images of each individual, their faces a blur of possibilities. His eyes widened as he recognized a name. Marcus Thompson, a troubled teenager who lived a few streets away from the fire scene. Marcus was no stranger to the firehouse, a frequent visitor during their community outreach programs, his presence a quiet shadow amidst the boisterous energy of the other kids. Michael remembered him as a lanky boy with watchful eyes, a hesitant smile, and a demeanor that hinted at a troubled past. He recalled the rumors circulating the neighborhood, whispers of a difficult home life, a father struggling with unemployment, a mother working double shifts, and Marcus himself, teetering on the edge of delinquency, his name occasionally surfacing in police reports for petty theft and vandalism. Michael, his instincts sharpened by years of experience, couldn't shake the feeling that Marcus was somehow involved in the fire. He felt a tug of responsibility, a need to understand the boy's potential involvement, to offer him guidance, to prevent him from making further mistakes that could have devastating consequences. He decided to pay the boy a visit, not as a firefighter investigating a crime, but as a mentor reaching out to a troubled soul. He found Marcus at the local community center, a haven for the neighborhood's youth, a place where kids could escape the pressures of their lives and find solace in games, books, and the camaraderie of their peers. Marcus was hunched over a chessboard, his brow furrowed in concentration, his long fingers moving the pieces with a practiced ease that belied his troubled exterior. Michael approached him cautiously, his footsteps silent on the worn carpet, his presence a gentle shadow falling across the chessboard. "Marcus," he began, his voice soft but firm, "I need to talk to you about the fire on Baker Street." Marcus's head shot up, his eyes widening with a mix of fear and defiance, his body tensing as if preparing for a confrontation. He mumbled a denial, his voice barely a whisper, his gaze darting around the room, seeking an escape route from the uncomfortable conversation. Michael, his instincts confirmed by the boy's evasive behavior, pressed further, his voice still gentle but laced with a hint of authority. "Marcus, I know you were there. I saw you. I need to understand why." Marcus, cornered and overwhelmed, his defenses crumbling under the weight of Michael's unwavering gaze, confessed his involvement in the fire. He explained, in a torrent of words punctuated by choked sobs and averted eyes, that he had been angry and frustrated, his home life a constant source of turmoil, his anger simmering beneath the surface like a pressure cooker about to explode. He spoke of his father's unemployment, the constant arguments that echoed through their small apartment, the fear that gnawed at him every time his parents' voices escalated, their words sharp weapons that pierced his fragile sense of security. He spoke of his mother's long hours at the hospital, her exhaustion evident in her slumped shoulders and weary eyes, her absence leaving a void in his life, a longing for her comforting presence. He had seen the twins playing in the yard earlier that day, their laughter a stark contrast to his own inner turmoil, their carefree joy a painful reminder of the happiness that seemed to elude him. In a moment of impulsivity, fueled by anger and resentment, he had set fire to a pile of newspapers near the house, intending to cause a small distraction, a minor act of rebellion, a way to release the pent-up frustration that threatened to consume him. He hadn't intended to cause a major fire, let alone endanger the lives of the twins. The realization of his near-fatal mistake hit him with the force of a fire truck, the weight of his actions crushing his spirit. He expressed his remorse, his voice choked with emotion, his eyes filled with regret and a deep fear of the consequences. Michael, though angered by Marcus's reckless actions, the sheer danger of his impulsive act sending a shiver down his spine, felt a surge of empathy for the troubled teenager. He saw in Marcus a reflection of his own younger self, the anger, the frustration, the feeling of being lost and alone, the yearning for guidance and acceptance. He remembered the turbulent years of his own adolescence, the challenges he faced, the mistakes he made, and the mentors who had helped him find his way. He made a decision that would have far-reaching consequences, a decision that would challenge the conventional approach, a decision that would test the boundaries of his authority and his compassion. Instead of reporting Marcus to the authorities, he decided to take him under his wing, to mentor him, to guide him towards a better path. He believed that Marcus, given the right support and guidance, could turn his life around, that his mistake could be a catalyst for change, a turning point that would lead him towards a brighter future. He spoke to Marcus's parents, explaining the situation, his voice calm but firm, his words a mix of concern and reassurance. He offered his support not just for Marcus, but for the entire family, outlining a plan for Marcus's rehabilitation, a path towards healing and redemption. He enrolled Marcus in a mentorship program, connecting him with positive role models, providing him with opportunities to develop his skills and interests, and creating a support system that would guide him towards a more positive path. He also spent time with Marcus, sharing his own experiences, his struggles, and his triumphs. He taught him about responsibility, discipline, and the importance of making positive choices. He encouraged him to channel his anger and frustration into constructive activities, enrolling him in sports programs and community service initiatives, providing him with outlets for his energy and opportunities to build self-esteem and confidence. Michael's decision, however, was met with mixed reactions. Some of his colleagues questioned his judgment, arguing that Marcus should face the consequences of his actions, that leniency would only encourage further recklessness. They worried about the potential risks, the possibility of Marcus reoffending, the damage to the fire department's reputation. Others praised his compassion, his willingness to see the potential for good in a troubled teenager, his belief in the power of second chances. They admired his courage to challenge the conventional approach, his dedication to his community extending beyond the call of duty. Michael, though aware of the risks and the criticism, remained steadfast in his decision. He believed in Marcus, in his capacity for change, in the power of mentorship to transform lives. He was determined to guide Marcus towards a better path, to help him find his place in the world, to prevent him from becoming another statistic, another lost soul in the maze of the criminal justice system. Michael's commitment to Marcus went beyond the occasional pep talk or a pat on the shoulder. He became a regular visitor to the Thompson household, his presence a beacon of stability in a home often marked by turbulence and uncertainty. He navigated the cramped apartment with its worn furniture and lingering scent of stale cigarette smoke, his firefighter's uniform a stark contrast to the faded wallpaper and threadbare carpets. He spoke with Marcus's parents, his voice calm and reassuring, his words a mix of concern and encouragement. He offered them support not just for Marcus, but for themselves, recognizing the struggles they faced, the weight of their own burdens. He encouraged them to seek counseling, to address their personal challenges, to create a more stable and supportive home environment for Marcus. He learned about Marcus's family history, the challenges they faced, the systemic inequalities that had contributed to their struggles. He listened to their stories of unemployment, financial hardship, and the constant fear of eviction. He heard about their experiences with discrimination, the subtle and overt biases that had limited their opportunities, the systemic barriers that had kept them trapped in a cycle of poverty and despair. He saw Marcus's actions not as isolated incidents of rebellion, but as a cry for help, a manifestation of the frustration and anger that simmered beneath the surface, a reflection of the challenges he faced in his daily life. He understood that Marcus's actions, though reckless and dangerous, were a desperate attempt to be seen, to be heard, to make a mark on a world that often seemed to ignore him. He also discovered Marcus's hidden talents, the sparks of potential that flickered beneath his troubled exterior. He noticed Marcus's passion for drawing, his sketchbook, filled with intricate sketches of superheroes, fantastical creatures, and detailed portraits of his family and friends. He observed Marcus's love for animals, his gentle touch as he cared for the stray cats that roamed the neighborhood, his empathy for their vulnerability, his desire to protect them from harm. He recognized Marcus's quiet intelligence, his sharp mind that often went unnoticed amidst the chaos of his home life. He engaged Marcus in conversations about history, science, and current events, challenging his mind, sparking his curiosity, and encouraging him to explore the world beyond his limited experiences. He encouraged Marcus to explore these interests, providing him with art supplies, connecting him with animal shelters, and engaging him in conversations that challenged his mind and sparked his curiosity. He saw in Marcus a young man with potential, a young man who, with the right guidance and support, could overcome his challenges and achieve his dreams. Their relationship evolved beyond the traditional mentor-mentee dynamic. They became friends, their bond forged in the crucible of a near tragedy, their connection strengthened by shared experiences, open communication, and mutual respect. They spent hours together, not just discussing Marcus's progress and challenges, but also sharing stories, laughter, and the comfortable silence of companionship. The fire on Baker Street and the subsequent revelation of Marcus's involvement had a ripple effect on the community, its impact extending beyond the immediate circle of those directly affected. The twins, Kayla and Kyle, hailed as heroes for their resilience in the face of danger, became symbols of hope and strength. Their story a testament to the indomitable spirit of children, their survival a beacon of light amidst the darkness of the near tragedy. Their story touched the hearts of the community, sparking a wave of support and solidarity. People were moved by their resilience, their ability to smile and laugh despite the trauma they had experienced. They saw in them a reflection of the community's own strength, their ability to overcome adversity, their determination to rebuild and heal. The local news channels picked up the story, showcasing the twins' bravery and Michael's heroism, their faces beaming from television screens, their story a source of inspiration for the city. The community rallied around the twins and their mother, organizing fundraisers to help them rebuild their lives. Local businesses, touched by their plight, donated furniture, clothes, and toys, their generosity a testament to the spirit of compassion and solidarity that defined the neighborhood. A local furniture store refurnished their entire living room, complete with a comfy sofa and a large television. A clothing store provided them with new wardrobes, filling their closets with colorful clothes and sturdy shoes. A toy store donated a mountain of toys, transforming their living room into a play haven, their laughter echoing through the once empty space. Neighbors offered their time and support, helping them clean up the debris and rebuild their home. Their actions a demonstration of the power of community, the strength that comes from coming together in times of need. Mr. Johnson, their elderly neighbor, with his weathered hands and kind eyes, spent hours helping them clear the debris, his presence a comforting reminder of the enduring spirit of their community. Mrs. Peterson, a single mother with a heart of gold, brought them home-cooked meals every evening, her lasagna and apple pie becoming a source of comfort and nourishment. The children from the neighborhood organized a lemonade stand, their small hands squeezing lemons and collecting coins, their efforts a testament to the empathy and generosity of the younger generation. The twins, despite the trauma they had experienced, showed remarkable resilience. They returned to school, their classmates welcoming them with open arms, their teachers offering extra support and encouragement. They participated in community events, their smiles a beacon of hope amidst the lingering scars of the fire. They were a symbol of the community's resilience, their presence a reminder that even in the face of adversity, life goes on, hope prevails, and joy can be found. Their mother, initially overwhelmed by the tragedy, found strength in the community's support. She enrolled in a job training program, determined to provide for her children, to rebuild their lives, and to create a safe and stable home for them. She found a job as a nursing assistant at the local hospital. Her compassionate nature and her dedication to caring for others a natural fit for her new role. She excelled in her training, her natural empathy and her eagerness to learn earning her the respect of her instructors and her colleagues. She also found support in her neighbors, their kindness and understanding a source of comfort and strength. They helped her with childcare, offering to watch the twins while she attended her training and worked her shifts. They offered her rides to work, ensuring she had reliable transportation, their generosity easing her burden. They shared meals with her family, their dinner tables extending to include her and her children, their friendship a balm to her wounded spirit. The fire, though a devastating event, had brought the community together, strengthening their bonds, forging new connections, and creating a sense of shared purpose. It had revealed the resilience of the human spirit, the power of compassion, and the enduring strength of community in the face of adversity. It had shown them that they were not just individuals living side by side, but a collective, a network of support, a family bound by shared experiences and a common desire to uplift one another. The community's response to the fire also had a profound impact on Marcus. Witnessing the outpouring of support for the twins and their mother, the generosity of his neighbors, and the resilience of the community, he felt a pang of guilt for his actions, a renewed understanding of the potential consequences of his recklessness. He realized that his actions had not only endangered the lives of the twins, but had also caused ripple effects of fear and anxiety throughout the community. He also felt a sense of belonging, a connection to the community that he had never experienced before. He saw himself as part of something larger than himself, a community that cared, a community that was willing to forgive, a community that offered him a second chance. He realized that he was not just an outsider, a troublemaker, a burden to his family and his community. He was a part of something bigger, a part of a network of support, a part of a community that valued compassion, resilience, and the potential for change. This newfound sense of belonging, coupled with Michael's mentorship and the support of his family, fueled his determination to change, to make amends for his past mistakes, and to become a contributing member of his community. He realized that he had the power to make a positive impact, to use his experiences to help others, and to become a force for good in the world. This realization marked a turning point for Marcus, a shift in his perspective, a newfound understanding of his place in the world, and a renewed sense of hope for the future. He was no longer just a troubled teenager, but a young man with potential, a young man who was ready to embrace his second chance and contribute to the well-being of his community. Michael's dedication to Marcus extended beyond the structured confines of the mentorship program and the firehouse walls. He became a regular fixture at the Thompson household, his presence a beacon of stability in a home often marked by turbulence and uncertainty. He navigated the cramped apartment with its worn furniture and lingering scent of stale cigarette smoke, his firefighter's uniform a stark contrast to the faded wallpaper and threadbare carpets. He carried with him an air of calm confidence, a sense of purpose that seemed to momentarily dispel the tension that clung to the air like a stubborn haze. He would often drop by after his shift, his presence announced by the cheerful beep of the fire engine pulling up outside their building. Marcus would rush to the window, his face lighting up with a smile, his earlier anxieties momentarily forgotten. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson would greet Michael at the door, their initial apprehension gradually replaced by a weary gratitude for the support he offered their son, and by extension, their family. He spoke with Marcus's parents, his voice calm and reassuring, his words a mix of concern and encouragement. He offered them support, not just for Marcus, but for themselves, recognizing the struggles they faced, the weight of their own burdens. He encouraged them to seek counseling, to address their personal challenges, to create a more stable and supportive home environment for Marcus, a place where he could thrive, not just survive. He listened patiently to their stories, their voices heavy with weariness and frustration. He heard about Mr. Thompson's struggles with unemployment, the endless cycle of job applications, rejections, and dwindling savings. He empathized with the frustration of feeling undervalued, the blow to one's pride, and the despair of not being able to provide for his family. He learned about Mrs. Thompson's long hours at the hospital, her exhaustion evident in her slumped shoulders and weary eyes, her voice filled with a mix of determination and despair as she spoke of her struggle to provide for her family, the constant worry about making ends meet, the sacrifices she made to ensure Marcus and his sister had food on the table and a roof over their heads. He learned about their experiences with discrimination, the subtle and overt biases that had limited their opportunities, the systemic barriers that had kept them trapped in a cycle of poverty and despair. He heard about the landlord who refused to fix the leaky roof, their complaints dismissed with a dismissive wave and a reminder of their precarious tenancy. He listened to their accounts of the store owner who followed them with suspicious eyes, his gaze lingering on their every move, making them feel like criminals in their own neighborhood. He learned about the teachers who labeled Marcus as a troublemaker before he even stepped into the classroom, their expectations shaping his reality, their biases reinforcing the stereotypes that threatened to define him. He saw Marcus's actions not as isolated incidents of rebellion but as a cry for help, a manifestation of the frustration and anger that simmered beneath the surface, a reflection of the challenges he faced in his daily life. He understood that Marcus's actions, though reckless and dangerous, were a desperate attempt to be seen, to be heard, to make a mark on a world that often seemed to ignore him. He also discovered Marcus's hidden talents, the sparks of potential that flickered beneath his troubled exterior. He noticed Marcus's passion for drawing, his sketchbook filled with intricate sketches of superheroes, their capes billowing in the wind, their muscles bulging with superhuman strength, their faces a reflection of Marcus's own yearning for power and agency in a world where he often felt powerless. He admired the fantastical creatures that sprang from Marcus's imagination, their wings spread wide, their claws sharp, their eyes gleaming with a mix of mischief and defiance, a reflection of Marcus's own rebellious spirit. He was touched by the detailed portraits of his family and friends, their faces etched with love and loyalty, their expressions capturing the essence of their personalities, a testament to the deep bonds that held them together despite their struggles. He observed Marcus's love for animals, his gentle touch as he cared for the stray cats that roamed the neighborhood, their fur matted, their bodies thin, their eyes filled with a wary trust. He witnessed his empathy for their vulnerability, his desire to protect them from harm, his gentle voice as he coaxed them out of their hiding places, offering them scraps of food and a moment of kindness in a world that often seemed harsh and unforgiving. He recognized Marcus's quiet intelligence, his sharp mind that often went unnoticed amidst the chaos of his home life. He engaged Marcus in conversations about history, science, and current events, challenging his mind, sparking his curiosity, and encouraging him to explore the world beyond his limited experiences. He introduced him to books, documentaries, and museums, opening his eyes to the wonders of the world, the complexities of human history, and the endless possibilities of the future. Their relationship evolved beyond the traditional mentor-mentee dynamic. They became friends, their bond forged in the crucible of a near tragedy, their connection strengthened by shared experiences, open communication, and mutual respect. They spent hours together, not just discussing Marcus's progress and challenges, but also sharing stories, laughter, and the comfortable silence of companionship. They would spend afternoons at the firehouse, Marcus mesmerized by the gleaming trucks, the intricate equipment, and the camaraderie of the firefighters. He would sit with Michael in his office, listening to stories of daring rescues, heroic acts, and the everyday challenges of firefighting. He would watch the training exercises with wide eyes, his imagination ignited by the displays of strength, skill, and teamwork. They would also spend time outside the firehouse exploring the city, visiting museums, and attending sporting events. Michael introduced Marcus to the world of art, taking him to galleries and exhibitions, exposing him to the diverse expressions of human creativity. He shared his love for history, taking Marcus to historical sites, explaining the significance of events and the impact they had on the present. He encouraged Marcus's love for animals, taking him to zoos and animal shelters, where he could learn about different species and contribute to their care. Michael shared his own stories of overcoming adversity, his journey to becoming a firefighter, the challenges he faced, the sacrifices he made, and the rewards that came with serving his community. He spoke of the camaraderie he shared with his crew, the adrenaline rush of battling a fire, and the profound satisfaction of saving a life. He also shared his personal struggles, his doubts, his fears, and the moments of vulnerability that had shaped his character. He spoke of his parents' divorce, the pain of separation, and the challenges of growing up in a single-parent household. He shared the financial struggles of his childhood, the constant worry about making ends meet, the sacrifices his mother made to provide for him and his siblings. He spoke of the challenges of navigating adolescence in a tough neighborhood, the peer pressure, the temptations, and the constant threat of violence. He shared his experiences with discrimination, the subtle biases he faced as a young black man, the stereotypes he had to overcome, and the determination that fueled his success. Marcus, in turn, found in Michael a father figure he had never had, a steady presence, a source of support, and a beacon of hope. He confided in Michael, sharing his fears, his dreams, and his struggles to navigate the complexities of his life. He spoke of his anger, his frustration, and his yearning for a better life, a life free from the constant stress and uncertainty that plagued his family. He shared his dreams of becoming an artist, his desire to create worlds of his own, to express his emotions through his drawings, to capture the beauty and the pain of the world around him. He spoke of his love for animals, his dream of opening an animal shelter, a place where he could care for abandoned and neglected creatures, offering them a safe haven and a second chance. He also shared his fears, his fear of failure, his fear of disappointing Michael, his fear of falling back into the patterns of his past. He spoke of the pressure he felt to succeed, the weight of expectations, and the constant struggle to stay on the right path. Michael listened patiently, his heart filled with compassion, his mind searching for ways to guide and support Marcus. He offered encouragement, reassurance, and practical advice, helping Marcus navigate his challenges, celebrate his successes, and stay focused on his goals. Their bond deepened, their connection transcending the initial circumstances that brought them together. They were two individuals from different worlds, united by a shared experience, their relationship a testament to the power of empathy, compassion, and the human capacity for change. They were mentor and mentee, friends, and brothers in arms, their bond a beacon of hope amidst the challenges they faced. Months turned into a year, each passing season marking a milestone in Marcus's transformation. He attended school regularly, his grades steadily improving, his teachers noticing a newfound focus and determination in his eyes. He participated in community service initiatives, his actions demonstrating his commitment to making amends for his past mistakes, his contributions earning him the respect and gratitude of those he helped. He also discovered a passion for firefighting, inspired by Michael's dedication and heroism. He joined the Fire Cadet program, eager to learn the skills and knowledge required to become a firefighter, his enthusiasm evident in his eagerness to learn and his willingness to help. He devoured the training manuals, practiced the drills with unwavering focus, and absorbed the knowledge shared by his instructors, his mind a sponge soaking up the intricacies of firefighting. He excelled in the physical challenges, his lanky frame gaining strength and agility, his movements becoming more fluid and confident. He mastered the technical aspects, his hands deftly manipulating the hoses and ladders, his mind absorbing the technical intricacies of firefighting equipment. He impressed his instructors with his quick thinking, his ability to assess a situation and devise a strategy, his natural leadership qualities emerging amidst the controlled chaos of the training exercises. He also excelled in the physical challenges, his lanky frame gaining strength and agility, his movements becoming more fluid and confident. He scaled the training tower with ease, his fear of heights replaced by a sense of exhilaration, his body adapting to the demands of the physically demanding tasks. He mastered the techniques of rescuing victims from confined spaces, his movements precise and efficient, his focus unwavering as he navigated the simulated scenarios. He thrived in the camaraderie of the Fire Cadet program, the shared sense of purpose, the mutual respect, and the bonds of friendship forged in the heat of the training exercises. He found a sense of belonging, a brotherhood that transcended the differences in their backgrounds, their shared passion for firefighting uniting them in a common goal. One crisp autumn afternoon, a fire broke out at a local apartment building, the flames engulfing the top floor, trapping several residents. The alarm bells rang through the firehouse, their urgent call jolting Michael and his crew into action. They donned their gear, their movements a blur of practiced efficiency, their faces grim with determination. As they sped towards the scene, sirens wailing, lights flashing, Michael noticed a familiar figure among the crowd of onlookers gathered outside the burning building. It was Marcus, his eyes wide with concern, his hands clenched into fists, his body radiating a mix of fear and a desperate yearning to help. Michael, sensing Marcus's apprehension, his heart swelling with a mix of pride and concern, called him over, his voice firm but reassuring. "Marcus," he said, "I need your help. You know this building. You know the layout. Can you guide me to the trapped residents?" Marcus, his initial hesitation giving way to a surge of adrenaline and a sense of purpose, nodded his head, his eyes filled with determination. He had spent countless hours in that building, visiting friends, attending parties, and navigating its maze of corridors and stairwells. He knew the building like the back of his hand, his familiarity a potential lifeline for the trapped residents. He led Michael and his team through the smoke-filled corridors, his knowledge of the building proving invaluable. He guided them through shortcuts, pointed out hidden stairwells, and warned them of potential hazards, his voice calm and clear amidst the chaos. They reached the trapped residents, their voices muffled by the thick smoke, their faces pale with fear, their bodies huddled together for warmth and comfort. Michael and his team, guided by Marcus's directions, sprang into action, their movements precise and efficient, their training kicking in. They rescued the residents, carrying them to safety, their hearts pounding with relief, their faces blackened with soot, their uniforms singed by the intense heat. Marcus, his face also smeared with soot, his eyes shining with pride, stood beside Michael, their shared experience solidifying their bond, their connection forged in the crucible of a life-threatening situation. The fire was eventually extinguished, the building scarred but still standing, the residents safe and accounted for. Michael and his team, exhausted but exhilarated, gathered outside, their camaraderie strengthened by the shared experience, their bond a testament to their courage and dedication. Marcus, standing among them, felt a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, a sense of pride that he had never experienced before. He had faced his fears, overcome his challenges, and contributed to saving lives, his actions a testament to his transformation, his redemption. The fire at the apartment building and Marcus's heroic actions marked a turning point in his life, a pivotal moment that shifted the trajectory of his journey. The community, witnessing his bravery and his commitment to making amends, embraced him as a hero, their initial apprehension replaced by admiration and respect. They saw in him a young man who had overcome his challenges, who had faced his fears, and who had used his knowledge and skills to contribute to the well-being of his community. The twins, whom he had once endangered, approached him with gratitude, their smiles a testament to his transformation. They thanked him for his bravery, their voices filled with genuine appreciation for his role in rescuing the trapped residents. Their mother, initially wary, extended her forgiveness, recognizing the genuine remorse and the positive change in Marcus's demeanor. She saw in him a young man who had learned from his mistakes, who had taken responsibility for his actions, and who was committed to making a positive impact on the world. The fire department, initially divided in their opinions about Michael's decision to mentor Marcus, acknowledged his success. They recognized the positive impact Michael had had on Marcus's life, the transformation from a troubled teenager to a responsible young man with a promising future. They saw in Marcus a potential firefighter, his dedication, skills, and courage evident in his actions during the apartment building fire. Marcus's parents, witnessing their son's positive change, sought help for their own struggles. They attended counseling sessions, addressing their personal challenges, and creating a more stable and supportive home environment for Marcus. They learned to communicate more effectively, to support each other's needs, and to create a more positive and nurturing environment for their family. Marcus, surrounded by support and encouragement, continued his journey towards redemption. He excelled in the Fire Cadet program, his dedication and skills earning him the respect of his instructors and his fellow cadets. He became a role model for other troubled youth, his story a testament to the power of second chances and the transformative potential of mentorship. He shared his experiences with other young people, his voice a beacon of hope, his story an inspiration to those who felt lost and alone. He also maintained his close relationship with Michael, their bond deepening, their connection evolving from mentor-mentee to a genuine friendship based on mutual respect, shared experiences, and a common dedication to serving their community. They continued to spend time together, sharing meals, attending sporting events, and discussing their lives, their dreams, and their challenges. Michael continued to guide and support Marcus, offering him advice, encouragement, and a listening ear. He celebrated Marcus's successes, helped him navigate his challenges, and encouraged him to stay true to his values. He saw in Marcus a young man with a bright future, a young man who had the potential to make a significant contribution to the world. Marcus, in turn, continued to look up to Michael, his mentor, his friend, his brother-in-arms. He valued Michael's guidance, his support, and his unwavering belief in his potential. He saw in Michael a role model, a hero, and a father figure, a man who had helped him find his way, who had given him a second chance, and who had inspired him to become the best version of himself. Years passed, marked by the changing seasons, the steady rhythm of firehouse life, and the gradual transformation of Marcus from a troubled teenager to a responsible and compassionate young man. He graduated from the fire cadet program with honors, his dedication and skills earning him a coveted spot in the Detroit Fire Department, his dream of becoming a firefighter finally within reach. He stood tall and proud in his crisp new uniform, the badge gleaming on his chest, a symbol of his achievement, his redemption, and his commitment to serving his community. He had come a long way from the troubled teenager who had once set fire to a house. His journey a testament to the power of second chances, the transformative potential of mentorship, and the resilience of the human spirit. He became a firefighter, following in Michael's footsteps, his courage and compassion evident in his every action. He responded to calls with the same unwavering dedication, his calm demeanor in the face of chaos a reflection of Michael's influence. He faced the flames with courage, his training and instincts kicking in, his focus on rescuing victims, protecting property, and preserving life. He carried victims from burning buildings, his strong arms a lifeline in their moment of terror. He battled raging infernos, his movements precise and efficient, his determination unwavering as he fought to contain the flames, to protect lives and property. He comforted those who had lost everything, his voice a soothing presence amidst the chaos, his empathy a balm to their wounds. He also became a mentor himself, reaching out to troubled youth, sharing his story, and offering guidance and support. He became a beacon of hope for those who felt lost and alone. His own transformation a testament to the power of second chances and the transformative potential of human connection. He volunteered at community centers, schools, and juvenile detention centers, his voice a message of hope, his story an inspiration to those who felt trapped in a cycle of despair. He shared his experiences with other young people, his voice a beacon of hope, his story an inspiration to those who felt trapped in a cycle of despair. He spoke of his struggles, his mistakes, and his journey towards redemption, his words carrying the weight of authenticity, his message resonating with those who felt unheard and unseen. He spoke of the anger and frustration that had fueled his reckless actions, the challenges he faced at home, the pressures of his environment, and the lack of guidance and support. He spoke of the moment he realized the consequences of his actions, the fear, the guilt, and the shame that had consumed him. He spoke of Michael's mentorship, the unwavering support, the encouragement, and the belief in his potential that had helped him turn his life around. He spoke of the fire cadet program, the discipline, the camaraderie, and the sense of purpose that had given him a new direction. He encouraged them to seek help, to find mentors, to believe in their own potential for change. He offered them guidance, support, and a listening ear, his compassion a reflection of the kindness and understanding that Michael had shown him. He assured them that they were not alone, that their mistakes did not define them, and that they had the power to create a better future for themselves. He also became an advocate for fire safety, his passion fueled by his own experiences and his desire to prevent others from making the same mistakes he had made. He visited schools, community centers, and senior centers, sharing his knowledge, demonstrating fire safety techniques, and emphasizing the importance of prevention. He spoke to children about the dangers of fire, the importance of having escape plans, and the need to be aware of potential hazards. He taught them how to use fire extinguishers, how to check smoke detectors, and how to stay safe in the event of a fire. He also spoke to adults about the importance of fire safety in their homes and workplaces, emphasizing the need for regular inspections, proper maintenance of electrical equipment, and the dangers of careless smoking. He shared his own story, his voice a powerful reminder of the devastating consequences of fire, his message resonating with those who had never considered the potential risks. He became a respected member of the fire department, his colleagues admiring his dedication, his skills, and his compassion. He was a valuable member of the team, his contributions recognized and appreciated, his presence a reminder of the transformative power of second chances. He was a role model for his fellow firefighters, his story an inspiration to those who believed in the power of redemption and the importance of community service. He also maintained his close relationship with Michael, their bond deepening, their connection evolving from mentor-mentee to a genuine friendship based on mutual respect, shared experiences, and a common dedication to serving their community. They continued to spend time together, sharing meals, attending sporting events, and discussing their lives, their dreams, and their challenges. They would reminisce about the fire on Baker Street, the night that had brought them together, the event that had changed their lives forever. They would speak of the twins, their resilience, and their gratitude, their story a reminder of the impact they had made on the community. They would also discuss their current challenges, their personal struggles, and their aspirations for the future. Michael would offer guidance and support, his wisdom and experience a valuable resource for Marcus as he navigated the complexities of his life and his career. Marcus, in turn, would offer Michael a fresh perspective, his youthful enthusiasm and his unique insights challenging Michael's assumptions and broadening his understanding of the world. They were a team, a partnership, their bond a testament to the enduring power of mentorship and the transformative potential of human connection. Michael, witnessing Marcus's transformation, felt a profound sense of fulfillment. He had not only saved Marcus from the consequences of his actions, but had also guided him towards a path of redemption and purpose. He had witnessed the power of mentorship, the transformative potential of human connection, and the resilience of the human spirit. He reflected on his own journey, his years of service as a firefighter, the lives he had saved, and the impact he had had on his community. He remembered the countless fires he had battled, the victims he had rescued, the families he had comforted, and the colleagues he had supported. He recognized the importance of his decision to mentor Marcus, the ripple effect of his compassion, and the enduring power of second chances. He realized that his actions had not only changed Marcus's life but had also enriched his own, deepening his understanding of human nature, strengthening his commitment to his community, and renewing his faith in the power of redemption. He also recognized the growth he had experienced through his relationship with Marcus. He had learned the importance of empathy, the power of forgiveness, and the transformative potential of human connection. He had discovered a renewed sense of purpose, his dedication to his community strengthened by his commitment to mentoring and guiding the next generation of firefighters. He had learned to see the world through Marcus's eyes, to understand the challenges faced by those less fortunate, to recognize the systemic inequalities that contributed to their struggles. He had learned to appreciate the resilience of the human spirit, the capacity for change, and the power of hope to overcome adversity. He had also learned to appreciate the value of mentorship, the impact that one person can have on the life of another, the ripple effect of kindness and compassion. He had discovered a renewed sense of purpose, his dedication to his community strengthened by his commitment to mentoring and guiding the next generation of firefighters. Marcus, too, reflected on his journey, the twists and turns that had led him from a troubled teenager to a respected firefighter and mentor. He recognized the impact that Michael's mentorship had had on his life, the guidance, the support, and the unwavering belief in his potential that had helped him turn his life around. He remembered the fear and guilt he had felt after setting the fire, the shame of his actions, and the despair that had threatened to consume him. He recognized the courage it had taken to confess his involvement, the vulnerability of seeking help, and the determination to change his life. He appreciated the opportunities that Michael had provided him, the mentorship program, the fire cadet program, and the countless hours of guidance and support. He recognized the impact that his community had had on his life, the forgiveness, the acceptance, and the encouragement that had helped him find his place in the world. He also recognized his own growth, the transformation from a reckless teenager to a responsible young man, the development of his skills and talents, and the discovery of his passion for firefighting and mentorship. He felt a sense of pride in his achievements, his journey a testament to his resilience, his determination, and the transformative power of human connection. He was grateful for the second chance he had been given, the opportunity to make amends for his past mistakes, and the chance to contribute to the well-being of his community. He was committed to using his experiences to help others, to guide them towards a better path, and to inspire them to believe in their own potential for change. The story of Michael and Marcus is a testament to the power of second chances, the transformative potential of mentorship, and the enduring strength of human connection. It is a story about redemption, forgiveness, and the resilience of the human spirit. It is a story that reminds us that even in the face of mistakes and adversity, hope and change are possible. It is a story that celebrates the compassion and dedication of firefighters, their unwavering commitment to protecting their community, and their ability to inspire and guide others. It is a story that underscores the importance of empathy, forgiveness, and the power of human connection to transform lives and create a better world. It is a story that inspires hope, encourages second chances, and reminds us that we all have the potential to make a positive impact on the lives of others. Michael and Marcus's journey highlights the transformative power of mentorship, the ability of one person to guide and support another, to help them navigate challenges, discover their potential, and achieve their dreams. It showcases the importance of empathy, compassion, and understanding in building meaningful connections and fostering positive change. Their story also underscores the importance of second chances, the belief in the human capacity for redemption, and the willingness to see beyond past mistakes. It reminds us that everyone deserves an opportunity to learn, grow, and contribute to society, regardless of their past actions or circumstances. The fire on Baker Street, the event that brought Michael and Marcus together, serves as a symbol of both destruction and renewal. It represents the destructive consequences of unchecked anger and frustration, the potential for harm that lies within each of us, and the fragility of life. But it also represents the transformative power of adversity, the opportunity for growth and redemption that can emerge from the ashes of destruction. It symbolizes the resilience of the human spirit, the ability to overcome challenges, to learn from mistakes, and to emerge stronger and more compassionate. The story of Michael and Marcus is a testament to the power of human connection, the ability of individuals to bridge divides, to overcome adversity, and to create a positive impact on their community. It is a story that celebrates the values of courage, compassion, and dedication, the qualities that define true heroes, both in the firehouse and in everyday life. It is a story that reminds us that we all have the potential to make a difference, to inspire others, and to contribute to the betterment of society. It is a story that encourages us to embrace our shared humanity, to see beyond stereotypes and biases, and to believe in the power of second chances. Ultimately, the story of Michael and Marcus is a story about hope, redemption, and the transformative power of human connection. It is a story that inspires us to believe in the potential for change, to embrace our shared humanity, and to work together to create a better world for ourselves and for future generations. It is a story that reminds us that even in the face of adversity, we can find strength in each other, that our actions have the power to ripple through our communities, and that we all have the potential to be heroes in our own way. It is a story that celebrates the enduring power of the human spirit, the transformative potential of mentorship, and the importance of community in fostering growth, healing, and redemption.